obviously on the 8-point first quarter, they still managed to lead in the second half. But lost scored by 4 stretch and 5 minutes to 4. Just what do you make of the way we did this way out there?
Yeah, great first quarter defense. Both teams. I mean, obviously the shooting was cold for both teams, but I thought we were really on it. Kind of lost our way defensively, especially in the third, but did a great job at course correcting to start the fourth. That group to start the fourth was huge to give us a lead, and then the defense down the stretch was really, really good. They shot half their points were free throws in the first half, so the field goal defense was really, really good. And like I said, we lost our way a little bit in the third quarter, and then we got it back. We really, really stacked stops, made them earn everything, especially down the stretch. Really, really good job on that end.
You just started the fourth, specifically who's what you see from the
I mean, they were huge. They made huge shots, and they gave us huge defense and toughness plays in that stretch of the game. Big time. And we played a lot of minutes the other night. Our top guys played a lot of minutes the other night in the overtime game. Quick turnaround with an early game today. We made a very intentional effort to use our depth today and get everybody going. And I just thought, their minutes, Kaysen, AC, Wiggins obviously was huge. Jay Will gave us really good minutes on Jokic, so we could keep fresh guys on him. And even Joe, he didn't shoot it great, but I thought he played a good floor game and did his job, did what he needed to do. So I just was so impressed with those guys, and we really leaned into them today, and they really delivered for us.
Hey, Coach, I think there was a early in the fourth quarter. I think you're down 7, and Aaron and Casey did back-to-back 3-pointers. How vital was that sequence? How important was that sequence? I think you went out 1 at that point.
Yeah, like I said, those guys were huge today. Great, readiness by them. They didn't play as many minutes the other night, so they had fresh legs and brought great energy to the game. And Denver played a lot of zone today, and I thought our attacks were pretty good. We got some pretty good shots, especially threes, and didn't really crack through. But in that stretch, we really moved the ball, found the right shots, and those guys stepped up and made big shots.
Mark, you got a couple things going to the rim, Shea and Dub late. It seemed like you guys got that action maybe up a little bit higher on the floor. But how did that impact some of those downhill drives you're able to get through? Obviously hard to come by.
Yeah, yesterday we were talking about the execution of the down the stretch stuff, and I thought that showed up. I thought we weren't doing anything crazy. We just did a little bit better. The execution, the things we could control, were just a little bit sharper. I said they were probably a 6 or 7 out of 10 in game 3. They were like a 8 or 9 today. And those are the margins you have to win in a close playoff game that is as hard fought as that one was.
Coach, in particular, piggyback on that, just talk about Shea, like the last 7 minutes, he more or less was involved anything scoring-wise that you did, sealed the game, even his assists were huge assists.
Yeah, I mean, he's just I always marvel at his ability to get himself back to 0 after every single game. Usually he's getting himself back to 0 off of a great game, and that's his secret sauce is he stays so level and humble despite his success. But when he does fail, he doesn't point fingers. He doesn't pout. He's not emotional. He's not angry. He's just so level that he just gets himself back ready to play. And the last guy you're worried about bouncing back from a tough shooting night like he had the other night is him, and he delivered big time for us down the stretch.
Mark, you mentioned the quick turn a little bit. Obviously, you guys are what do you make of that? I feel like this team, just with the depth that you have, is particularly good to handle that kind of swing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that means big picture, but I just know, when we come off a tough game like that where we extend some minutes, we've got guys we trust. We got guys that have earned trust. They've stepped up in big moments in previous playoff runs. They've stepped up in big moments in the regular season. They have the trust and support of their teammates, and they feel a sense of responsibility to go in there and play the way they did. And I just thought we tried to keep the subs very fresh in the first half, and everybody that touched the floor brought energy to the game. those guys in particular that I mentioned off the top, those bench guys today were unbelievable. You know, they just brought great juice to the game and made big plays for us.
Sure, you have a bucket in the second half, you got 4:36 to go. Obviously, if you think about this kind of stretch, wasn't able to get a lot of shot attempts. I think 2 shot attempts in 2 of those last 5 minutes in the second half. What was stopping him from getting looks, and then how did things open up for him in those last 5 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, some of it's execution, some of it's the defense, some of it's shot making, but it's like, you know, he was pretty sharp today, but like Dub goes 2 for 13, Murray goes, where was Murray? You know, 5 for 15, Jokic 7 for 22. It's like, this is the playoffs. You know, it's hard. It's really hard to get great looks. It's really hard because of the physicality, the scheming, the familiarity. You know, it's much easier to score in the All-Star game, obviously, for those 4 guys than it is to score in the playoffs. So I thought our guys on our end showed great resilience of just staying in there for the game. And Shea, obviously, not, you know, his best third quarter, but he really delivered down the stretch.